Sweet Home is one of those K-dramas that goes way beyond your expectations, slaps you in the face, and reminds you how creative people are. Thus, when I heard that the third season of it was on Netflix, I dropped everything and went to watch it. The only upsetting thing was that by the time I finished, I was already craving more. So here I am, spilling all the tea I know about Sweet Home Season 4 with you guys. Without further ado, let's dive in. Here is a brief of what Sweet Home is about, in case you have no idea about it. Set in a dystopian world where humans turn into monstrous creatures, the show follows a reclusive high school student named Hyun-soo who moves into a new apartment building. As the world outside descends into chaos, residents of the apartment must band together to survive the growing threat of these monsters. That's the gist of the story. But as we completed the third season, a lot more happened throughout the series. As soon as it premiered, it became an instant hit globally. People loved the first season for its gripping storyline and unique take on the horror genre, combining elements of psychological horror with action and suspense. Regrettably, the second season was not as good as the first one. I mean, it continued the story but faced mixed reviews, with some fans, including me, feeling it didn't live up to the original's excitement. Still though, I was more than happy to welcome the third season of the show, knowing that overall it still had a lot of potential. And in general, the third season did not disappoint. First of all, Song Kang's popular character, Cha Hyun-soo, is finally back at the center, which made me really happy. He's still caught between his human and monster sides, which was great, though his storyline sometimes felt sluggish and lacked the tension of earlier episodes. Other than that, Seoul is still a dystopian mess, and the war between humans and monstrous former humans continues. But this time there's a twist with the introduction of neo-humans that could turn the tide of the battle. Eun-yu and Park Chan-young are also back, trying to help Hyun-soo resist the monster within him. Their group represents the various factions that have formed among survivors, each driven by past relationships and current survival needs. Meanwhile, the platoon in the stadium sticks together, though family bonds become strained, especially with Seo Ye-kyung and her enigmatic child. On the flip side, those who've turned into monsters are out for revenge and blood. Now, the third season is a lot better than the second one in my opinion. Though it is still not as good as the first season, the monster CGI is still hit or miss, although the show introduces some creative new creature designs, like monsters with ventriloquist dummy faces or tentacles instead of faces. The overall visual quality remains uneven, which is somewhat of a deal breaker for many viewers. Realizing all these makes me question whether we truly want a fourth season of the show or not. After all, if it is bad, is there a point in continuing? Well, actually, it is not that bad, and yes, there are a lot of reasons to continue the story. For instance, Go Min-si's performance as Eun-yu shines through. Her portrayal of a character fiercely protecting Hyun-soo is compelling, blending fear with determination. Unfortunately, Song Kang doesn't get as much screen time in the first 4 episodes, so the dynamic between him and Go Min-si doesn't fully reach its potential. If they had more scenes together, it could have given the series the boost it needs to recapture the magic of Season 1. And this could be achieved in Season 4. Unfortunately though, this might never happen. Director Lee Yong-bok confirmed this during a recent production presentation, saying, "I'm sad and excited because it's the last season." Yes, you heard it right. Despite the fans' demands and high expectations, the showrunners seem keen on completing the show. I still count on the fans might convince them otherwise and we can have a 2025 release date for Season 4. But it is a long shot. The good thing is that the third season truly feels like an ending, which is something I appreciate. Plus, there can always be a spin-off series that will expand the universe of the franchise. And personally, I would be more than hyped for it. When you have such a unique premise at hand, you need to make the most out of it by coming up with a bunch of prequels and sequels, just like The Walking Dead did. But what do you think? Do you want a Sweet Home Season 4 no matter what? Or do you think the show was about to end with Season 1, let alone Season 3? What kind of potential spin-off series would you like to see based on Sweet Home? Let me know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. Thank you so much for watching, see you in the next one!